Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, sweetie. How you doing? Just waiting on Daryl and the rest of the crew to join us. Been loving your content on TikTok as well. Been seeing here and there. I'm glad you're doing so much better, my gorgeous. Hey, how's it going? Do you know what? I'm okay. I'm all right. And I'm on some grounding vibe today. I'm feeling really in my root
Blessing.
chakra today. Hello, lovely. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey everyone. Sorry I'm running a little bit late. I
Hey, you back late? Ain't it just gone 11? How you been?
come on, you was ready. I was
Perfect
like, oh
timing.
snap.
Now you're good, man. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. So what's
Uh,
been going on? How are you? Let's start off with those. Hi everyone, and
Hey
then how are you
everyone.
doing?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm amazing. Just been writing up some stuff for that I'm going to be releasing in the week. Summer solstice is coming up. What's there to be anything else but ecstatic about? We've had a good sunny week. I was able to lay out in the sun, do some grounding, focus on. It's been good. It's been good. I cannot lie. Yes, Danique. Hello. How about you? How's your week been?
Do you know what? I've been doing a lot of back office stuff, so I've been sorting out a lot of
Mhm.
the more technical stuff and the little background stuff to do with the Patreon, a few of the other little bits and pieces, just putting my program together, and just sort of just trying to plug this summer solstice that I'm going to do. I'm going to miss the fact that you're not around. However, we don't want to not utilize the energy. So definitely got in that energy to be like, right, let's just get the vibes right, do
Yeah,
the damn thing, utilize the energy. So I'm looking forward to that on Tuesday, the 21st, folks. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. All
yeah,
right, get your tickets down in there. But yeah, I'm feeling okay. Like I needed to ground today. Like I'm feeling really in my root at the
hmm,
moment. Like I said, I was prematurely woken up, and that's not no joke. That's not no joke.
hmm.
So I've been a bit of a bear with a sore head this morning. So everybody's been like a bit on eggshells, like, oh, she's a little bit moany pony today. And yes, yeah, when my sleep gets interrupted, it ain't no joke.
Okay.
So I'm feeling like I need to just ground,
Mhm.
feet on ground, I mean, just got my little red accents all over the place just to kind of get myself back to ground level.
Mhm.
Okay, so you didn't get all the sleep, but you got some sleep in the night, so it's not too bad. And, just to kind of get to that stage, I've got everything that I need. I've got
Yeah,
everything that I need. I
that
have
is what
everything
it
that
is. Just to let everyone know, we human. We human. We go through it. We go through it too. And that's why we
What
are
about
able.
you, man? Everything, Chris?
Everything's good for me. I've been writing for like maybe like
Amen.
an hour doing some research. Um, yeah, I've been getting so deep into my studies with this new job as well that I've just learned so much about things that are blowing my mind astrologically, like what you could read, what you could see is coming up. Looking at different example charts. I did Muhammad Ali's chart as well,
Wow.
Malcolm X's, Martin Luther King, seeing certain
Mm.
things and saying, I don't believe in destiny per se, but
Right.
you do see very clearly that there's clear indicators in certain charts that if you are able to be yourself, this is what I truly believe, that you're able to reach
Uh-huh.
certain levels because you have the potential to be great. Everybody has a potential to be great at something. And just looking at different
Amen.
parts of the chart, it's like, okay, now I want to be able to awaken this or help people to awaken this. And that's a completely different
Amen.
level of study. That's going into, I might have to study deep into psychology and other stuff. But yeah, it's been interesting.
Wow,
It's
it
been
sounds it. It actually sounds it. Wow. Okay, check you out. So it's been a lot of basically background studies. It's like I said, it feels like a lot of back office stuff. So the stuff that you
mhm,
can, compiling data, making comparisons, you know, what's it called? Adding on to the knowledge that you have already. So it makes full sense with what's gone on. And then also this upcoming week also feels as though there is a lot of jump in the energy. Like there's a slight anxiety, slight excitement for
mhm.
ushering in the summer. Just in general, I get this sort of vibe that there's what's going to happen? People are anticipating what kind of summer it's going to be.
Mhm,
Those who are on the carnival flex are like, ooh, the weather better be on point because everybody wants to shake up their ting, you know. And
mhm,
when it comes to the summer solstice, and when it comes to summer in general, we know that
mhm.
energies and emotions and everything is so much more heightened. It's like the doing kind of energy.
Yeah.
So there is the I'm gonna get this done kind of vibe, but also a bit volatile with the emotions as well, and some of the more frustrations to get things done. So I kind of get a mixed bag of feelings just in general, folks. So I'm
Mhm.
like, there's a mixed bag here. There's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. And you know what? Initially, I wanted to go first, but I'm kind of want to hear what's going on, so I can, because what's going on in my body. I just
Mhm.
want to know if I just want the confirmation. So if you'd like to kick off,
Oh,
that'd
you
be
want me to kick it
amazing.
off? Yeah, I don't mind kicking it off. I'm ready to chat about this. I'm not even going to lie. So
Yeah, go
yeah,
for it. Go for it. I feel it.
we're having a good week. This week is going to be nice. It's going to be really nice. Especially on the weekend. But that's electoral astrology. Like the moon's going to be in a very good position. The moon will be in Taurus, but going into the actual solstice is happening on Tuesday. So solstice actually comes from two words in Latin. I'm trying to remember this correctly. Sol, which means the sun. I think it's solsticis, which means to stand
I think I've
still.
seen that in my research, but yeah.
Yeah, it's because on the Arctic Circle, the sun actually will stay awake for 24 hours straight. And so it's called the night of the midnight sun. So this is really, it was the Egyptians' New Year because the solstice is
Ah,
when the Nile would flood. So they actually started it in Cancer. But also take in mind they didn't have a 12 sign zodiac. They actually had 36 signs in something called deacons, which is actually used in astrology. So that's like another, again, that's like
that.
another different level thing there. But then that's for us, it represents the sun going into Cancer and it's coming out of Gemini. So with Gemini, it was all about communication, like I said, collecting information, some background work, some foreground work, marketing, whatever you want to do, that planning stuff, communicating, depending on what sign it was in, what house it was in for you as well, you would have seen some changes, especially from the new moon and then coming up like last week, a lot of the stuff was kind of getting hit through because you have that square between Saturn and Uranus, which is going on as well, which is like sparking up different level disciplines that you need to do. What is it that you need to do? It's very like exciting energy, but then you've got Saturn, which is kind of grounding. You've got that kind of grounding energy as well. And you've also got Neptune, which is in Pisces, which is, it is its sign. And especially now, like just today, a little bit of a side note, the moon is going to be conjoining Neptune either today or tomorrow as well. So that will bring up that dream ideal state. But, at those times, it's always good to watch out on whether you are, you know, it's trying to escape reality, and all of that's kind of going on. For me, what I've noticed is almost that your truest self, that Sagittarius sort of energy has been pushing forward at the moment. It's like, be you. What is your goal? Who do you want to be? You know, and making sure that you are being quite fiery with it when you're going towards your goal. Making the universe understand that it bends to your will, not the other way. And then now the sun goes into Cancer. So it comes out of that witty energy, which you have that from Gemini, and it goes into that more, let's not say serious, but it's more warm, it's more sensitive, it's more nurturing. It's like the
Yeah.
home, the past, you know, because Gemini is not really about that. It's not that deep for Gemini, but Cancer says it is that deep. I want to look at my childhood, my family tree, how my house looks, etc. So when the sun goes there, it's all about looking at how we are nurturing ourselves and our family. Also about home planning as well. Not to put a downer on anybody, but we know the bills have kind of doubled for a lot of people just with the same usage. So it's a good time for us to look at these things financially and say, well, I need to make sure that I'm continually feeling secure. And so I need to review how I'm using my money because things have changed over the last year since the sun was last in Cancer. And so it's like, well, if I did a review then, it's going to be completely different now. So let me look at how am I spending money on food? You know, how am I spending money on my bills? How am I spending money on my friends and my family? What am I doing business wise? You know, it's that financial acumen comes from Cancer, and it also kind of seeps into Capricorn, which is its opposite sign. So it's really good at this time to look at that, you know, and say, well, this is what I want to do business wise. This is how I'm building. But if my money ain't right at home, I can't build nothing because I'm going to be focusing so much on this back end stuff that my hustle isn't going to be able to flourish the way that it needs to. And again, this is going to be the new moon, full moon stuff that we're going to be speaking about in general because that's the axis that we're on at the moment. And then we've also got Venus, you know, is moving into the sign of Gemini, and that is on Thursday. Let me just double check that actually. I know I should have this down. I believe it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. When Venus goes into Gemini, it's coming out of its sign. So Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's very comfortable there. Then it goes into Gemini. It's all about communication. You know, Venus is about love, it's about harmony, it's about pleasure, you know, and so now it's like that harmony, that pleasure, and the way that we're expressing love, you need to communicate more. We need to focus on how are we speaking? Are we speaking correctly? Are we speaking in a way that's in harmony, not just with ourselves, but with others as well? You know, what are the things that we're doing right now that brings us that pleasure, all of those nice Venus sort of aspects, you know, and doing some research as well. This is a great time to focus on your communication. If you have a business, it's a great time to, you know, put out some marketing stuff. Not so much plan it like where Mercury, because Mercury is in Gemini, but it's moved forward. And so this would be a good time to actually act on those things when Venus goes in, because Venus brings harmony. And so now that it's moving into Gemini, you know, Gemini rules the hands and the nervous system as well, communication. It's a good time to do these things because we've got the blessing of Venus, which will soon conjoin with Mercury as well, making it that those things are being blessed. They're being very harmonious as well, you know. It's a good time to check yourself with how you're speaking, especially to those people that you love, and to check how people are speaking to you. With, you know, the people that love you and be like, yo, look, not a gossip like that. You have to speak to me proper, you know. This is love, you know, but doing it from a space of your heart, you know, and really allowing that. So I think that this week it's all about love. Like I actually like it because I like Cancer, which is nurturing. Again, it's the moon. And then when that goes in there, you've got Venus is still going to be in Taurus, where the moon is exalted. So you have that very beautiful energy for the first week. And then Venus goes into Gemini, again, allowing us to communicate those feelings that have been getting built up inside of us so that we can actually start to, you know, see some dividends from it as well, you know, but also understand that Gemini is not consistent. Yeah, it's that it takes,
Contrary.
yeah, it's curious as well. So, you know, allow yourself to be curious about the things that you love and the things that bring you some pleasure. Something comes up and you're like, oh, I want that ice cream. You're like, that's different. Try it, you know, and see what it is. Maybe look at why these are the things that you are being interested in. Maybe doing some research on how to love and things like that. Because Venus, again, when it's in the sign of Gemini, when Gemini's ruler is in its sign as well, it's just very powerful. It's about communication. It's about understanding as well. Don't take it too deep in this moment in time. Allow your love to be what it is. You know, if it's that deep, it's that deep. If it's not that deep, kind of keep it at that level for that time so that you can really experience things in a very childlike, not childish, but childlike way, which is more acceptance and just experience for the sake of experience sometimes. But yeah, that's all of the ingresses for this week. People want to see a write-up. I will be sending one out if you're part of the mailing list. That'll be coming out tomorrow. And yeah, it's got a full breakdown of that and some more info on it as well. So yes, I hope that if anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask. If anyone knows what house it's in, remember, houses are so important. So it's all about what house it's in for you.
That makes sense. Whew. We see if they pause for a second, see if anyone's got any questions.
I swear my motto has been all week. It's not that deep. It's not that deep, Nick. It will pass. Say your piece and then just know it will pass. Let's see. Thank God. Bring on the harmony.
And
nice. Very cool.
So we good. No, that was a very, very good breakdown because, like I said, I felt like it was a whole mixed bag, and like what you just said, that was a whole load of mixed bag. That was how you're feeling now. What's it going to move towards? The frustration, part of the excitement to get things done, the action, but then also that seriousness. And I think that's where the little frustrations come in. So it's like, how much of this good stuff can I be doing? I still got to find the balance between the fun and exciting, and also the more structured things, like I said, about the finances, about how you're communicating with your loved ones, how you're viewing yourself and stuff like that. So that made a whole load of sense to me. Yeah. So thank you for that breakdown, because I was just like, my stomach has got a whole load of stuff going on. I'm like, I want to hear what the planets them are talking about, because I feel it, and even from our last full moon meditation, which was really powerful, I left feeling so much more. I took on a lot. I felt the energies who were with us on that journey. I felt the excitement. I also felt some of the apprehension, those who were learning the kind of Bible, what does this really mean? So again, it makes full sense that we're going into a stage where we are, again, going to go through another review. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense. So yeah, let's see what's going on for this week in the tarot. Let's see what...
Before you start that, sorry, we got a question that came through from Stacey. She says, is it a good time to reconnect with people from the past? Yes, it is a good time. Cancer does really look at the past. It's almost every other month. It's like look forward, look back with the zodiac, because you have masculine and feminine. You just think about why you are doing that as well. Who it is, it has to be about your emotional security. If you feel secure speaking to people from the past, speak to them. But if you're having that shouldn't do this somewhere, then protect yourself. Cancer is the crab, so it's okay for you to just go, no, this isn't for me. But at the same time, it is a good time to review the past and look at it and say why, and then understand it. And then when Venus does go in to Gemini, then do that communication. But again, I'm not saying what to do, just giving you my personal opinion on it.
I like that.
Since this person needs me, but for a positive reason. If it's for positivity, then, you know, go for it at all times.
Let's find a balance.
Yeah, that is it. That is it.
That makes sense, though. I get that vibe. That's a good way of answering that, Daryl.
Right.
Anything else, or am I good to gazelle?
Doesn't look like we have. No, thank you for the question, Stacey. Honestly, we appreciate it. No, it doesn't look like there's any other questions. So yes, let's
Okay.
move forward with the tarot.
Right. First and foremost, big up yourselves. I see their comments going on, but you know, we can't be jumping in. Hi everyone. Well, Daryl's doing his big time breakdown. So I just want to say thanks. I saw a couple of the really nice comments. Someone told me that I'm glowing. Give thanks, nothing but love, family. Yeah, I'm glad I'm appearing that way, although we feel tired, yeah. But with that there, we give thanks for life. It's a big comment. I'll let you read that. So what is the vibration for this week then, folks? I'm loving the fact that there is some shifts taking place. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Oh, okay. Oh, and I knew my card was going to come out. Do you remember I said to you at the top of this, I feel like I'm in a state of grounding, like I've got this root chakra vibe going on.
Yep.
See it there? Root chakra come up. We know I said it was going to come up because, like I said, it's that review. Everyone's looking at their finances. You know what I'm saying? Like those who are drivers, the petrol prices, the gas in the yard. Yeah, I'm trying to say things are getting so much more higher. So then there's this vibration where it's like this week, become grounded, don't spiral. It's try your best not to spiral when it comes to, oh, this is happening, that's coming out, because there's a vibration around this summer where the majority want to have fun. We don't want to think about just bills and the fact that when our money come in, it just come out. So as it come in, it gone. You know what I'm saying? So there's this vibration where it's like, recognize that there are certain phases that we are here to go through. So if there's a little toughers for like a couple of weeks, know that it's not going to last very long, but use that time for review to start saying, all right, I'm going to tighten my belt in this area so that I've got more for leisure. If you've been doing more leisure stuff and kind of like, you know, not dealing with the stuff that needs to get dealt with, then that's the balance again, dealing with the stuff that needs to get dealt with. It's that kind of vibe. But then I feel as though the anxiety pit in my stomach that I'm getting is literally to do with just grounding, just feeling secure in oneself. Do I have everything that I need? It's definitely when it comes to the children. We know that there's mock exams coming up, there's summer vibe coming up, and we know as parents, when the children are on holiday, they come in like they eat double, triple than normal, because they're not at school. So when they're at home, you know what I'm saying, them are going deep and reading out the phrase. So I feel like some of us are really trying to plan ahead, trying to buy in bulk. Maybe that's a good way of looking at how you're spending. Maybe if you do like a wholesale vibe, the bigger things that's going to last longer. Maybe that's the kind of planning that's going on. And then we also have the Healer of Ages. So the Healer of Ages speaks to our spiritual growth, and it speaks to our ancestral communication. So those are the innate things that you just know. These are the things you just feel. These are the things it's that inner knowing. You know, we know that time is sort of like an illusion. It's there's so many different levels and they run into one another. So what I'm hearing from this Healer of Ages is that many of you are recognizing that you have a job to do, healing yourself a bit more further, and someone else is coming in for this healing. But again, the root has come up, so ensure that you have what it is that you need before you're just giving away. Yeah, it's about feeling secure. And as well, people, I've got this thing in my brain and I don't know where it's coming from, but no, don't cast your pearls out to swine. I don't know where that's from. I don't know who that's for. It could be someone who's going to watch the recording. But what that means is be mindful that what you have and what you possess, is of value. So you don't want to just be giving just for giving's sake if you are spent. So it's talking about ensuring you have the energy, you're giving yourself that time for rest, you are loving on yourself, making sure you got what it is that you have first and foremost, then you shell out. You know, make sure that your cup is full, even if it's not full 100 full, because I know some people's like, well, we ain't got time to waiting for no cup to be full. Yeah, I'm constantly on the giving spectrum, but at least allow yourself to sip from the cup first. You know, really think about that, because sometimes the fact that we know we are healers and that we have people who come to us for advice, or come to us for, you know, the right word at the right time, or just to be in our company and stuff like that, it can become very, very stressful and draining. So this week, give yourself a little time, ground yourself, take yourself out in nature, put your feet in some grass, you know, smell the flowers, really get into that space where you're building upon what you have, because you are a healer and you are being healed as we speak. So ensure that the grounding is there, so that when you are giving from your cup, you don't feel spent, because I feel like there's an energy around being spent. But what's gorgeous is that there's blossom in abundance. Yes, Daryl, you did say it. There's things happening. We're going to be excitable about doing things. This summer is coming in, folks. Listen, make sure you come join me on Tuesday, yeah, for the summer solstice, because I tell you what, there's an excitement in the energy around what it's going to be like. You know, and oh, that came in from nowhere. So for those who are worrying about body image, don't be so pressed. There's only so much you can do in these next couple of weeks. Some are there. So just ensure that you're looking at your plans for yourself, that you're doing them bit by bit. So even if you just start this week saying, all right, I'm going to cut out this stuff so I can have that stuff, and just balance it. Like I said, try new things. Yes, like Daryl said, try new things. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself, but be kind to yourself in that moment as well, because I feel like there is body image stuff going on here. And I think that's coming from the root chakra stuff as well. But blossom in abundance is here. So there is so much for us to gain. There is so much for us to do. So the blossom in abundance, like you said, there's blessings coming for those who are just giving, you know, telling people what's going on, marketing my business. This is what's going on. I've got that event. Like I even said to Daryl today, can you remind me to say stuff? Because I keep forgetting to be like, oh, I've got this going on. And it's like, the thing was done. And I'm like, I didn't even tell the folks what I'm doing. However, from the socials, I'm trying to be like, right, have I plugged anything? Have I put anything out? No, I haven't. Let me put something out. So that is in your mind, so that it's in the minds of others, what you're doing, so that there is a, you feel comfortable with the fact that you are dealing with your roots. You're dealing with, right, am I putting out stuff that is going to support me later on? If you've got merchandise just sitting there, why are you not posting it? You know what I mean? Even if it's like something from last year and it's just been sitting in the cupboard, feel no way. Do 2 and 2 little Canva something or whatever thing you use to make a little poster and put it out there. I've got hair, I've got makeup going on, I've got personal development going on, I've got just come with me and let's speak, or, you know, I'm having a circle of people come together. It's that kind of vibe. It's like, post your stuff. You know, it's like, don't think that it's tired and old. And if it does feel tired and old to you, shake it off. And remember, if anything's in your cupboard, there's hardly people who don't know about what you got then. It's old to you, but it's not old to everybody else. So don't feel no way. Revamp the things then. Put it out there, because there is much to be gained from showing people what you're doing. And I think we are all equally giving each other inspiration. There's an inspiration in, you know, how people are healing, how people are bossing up, all kinds of things. If we look, we've got so many examples. We've also got so many examples of things we don't want, but that's a part of it as well. that's the balance of life. You know, that's the yin and the yang. And we've got to remember, in each side, we have that same thing. So even on the dark side, there's light. And even in the light, there's a little bit of darkness. So there is that duality thing going on at the moment as well. So I just kind of want to look at what the actual tarot cards are telling us regarding this first chakra. Again, so the first chakra, we're talking about the Two of Pentacles. That's juggling and planning. So we're talking about our physical world. So we're talking about making sure that we're putting our stuff together with our money. It makes sense that it's the Pentacles, you know, so we've got that earth sign grounding again, that earth sign card coming up with our physical manifestations of physical things. So deal with those things, your bills, your business, your entrepreneurship and all that, and then also balance that with your sense of self, your sense of well-being. Like I said, with that grounding energy, with that root chakra, making sure you're feeling okay. But keep moving in the midst of that as well. You know, that doesn't mean lock off and shut down totally. What that means is that you give what you have at the times that you've built up what you've got. So it's a balance thing. The Two of Pentacles always talks about balance, balancing your physical world and your spiritual world, or your etherical world and your personal world, your heart and your mind. It's that kind of balance. So that makes full sense that that's come up. I want to, let me see if there's anything else that comes up for that. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So once you know what it is that you're doing, it's a passionate movement. Wands are our fire sign energies. So we're talking about our ability to act. And it makes sense because, like I said, we're going into that summer solstice energy. It's acting. It's movement. It's a masculine vibration as well. So it's like, get things done, put things out, you know, use what you have, and passionately move forward. Take all of these reds. There's a lot of these reds. So it's all of this passion, grounding, yeah, getting the ish done. There's a lot of excitement and push and pull, but there is definitely a need for grounding and just emotional support for yourself. So ensure that your well-being is first at the forefront, and everything else will just fall into place. So I kind of want to see what this Healer of Ages is regarding, because we all know that we all have abilities and that we are all here to support each other in one way or another. I want to know what this is. Okay. So we've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups speaks of, and cups are our water sign people, our folk, you know, the love. We said that we're moving into that Cancer energy as well. So it makes sense, you know, our emotions, how do we feel, how we're nurturing ourselves, our home, our family. But with the Healer of Ages, it's recognizing that there are so many opportunities to heal and grow. Sevens are opportunities, and sometimes it could also create a little confusion because it's like, there's so much I can be doing. What is the first port of call? What should I really pick up first? But then, you know, like I said, always make sure that it is your highest excitement, is what you really feel like. It's the thing that gives you the most jump. You know, it's the vibe that kind of makes you feel, and even if sometimes it might be the thing that makes you most nervous. Sometimes we kind of want to silence the nerves and all that, but the nerves was telling you to, yes, it's me. Take me and go forth. Yeah, so take that as an indication of movement. You wouldn't be feeling these things for no reason. That's telling you to move. It's an emoting energy. So take on board that there are so many things that you could be doing to heal yourself, your energy. Remember, I say this about your well-being. So I'm really thankful to see this here, although, like I said, it's coming from this grounding energy. But we are healers. We all are. We all have the ability to heal ourselves. And like I said, there is an inspiration that that we get from watching other people's journey, or being a part of it, or being privy to their energy as well. So that's helpful. Let me see if there is another one for clarification for the Healer of Ages. And for some of you, you are here doing this healing journey on behalf of your ancestry. And I did a picker card in the week, and I got karma. And the vibration from that was, it's not always to look at karma as something that's going to lick you in your head side later on for something that you've done or whatever. It's an opportunity. You know, it's an opportunity to heal certain timelines. So the healer of ages means that there is no limit to where you can heal and progress on. You know, so if you know that, you know, yesteryear there was a vibe where you felt that you couldn't, or, you know, in my family we don't do this, or in my family this is the scenario, we always have it like this, you are being given the opportunity to break that cycle. So that frustration, that energy has been given to you, so you have the opportunity to break that cycle or at least look at it, so that you're healing someone. Basically it might be, you know, one great grandmother, great grandson, whatever, you know, we don't know who, you know, unless you do the inner work to kind of find out a who, but we have the opportunity. So take that as an opportunity to move. So for some of us, we are healing things from before. So it makes sense that there is a whole load of cups. You might have 7 different tasks to do in this lifetime. 7 different, you know, people. It could just be 7, you know, just take your time, but it will start to become clearer. But this week, be mindful that you are the healer of ages and that you are being healed. Truths will be spoken. Facts will be, communication will be very, very high this week. So maybe you might be having communication with people who are talking about their mental health right now, their well-being, how they're feeling in their heart, you know, things that they want to cut off, things that they want to do. And some people are being really unapologetic about how they're moving. So their tongues might be a little bit sharp. So be mindful of that. But the communication at this time seems to be really true and deep. Because Cancer is really, I find Cancer energy very much like, this is what's going on. I feel at the pit of me, you know, so it can be really quite harsh, but it's all for the healing. So don't take it personally if you're feeling a little bit cutty. It's just for you to kind of look at why that's there. We've got the 9 of Swords in reverse. So I feel as though some of you are coming out of this state of insomnia, can't sleep, can't focus, anxiety, worry. Because for some of you, this energy in itself, ill health, anxiety, worry, has grounded you. It stops, it's halted your movement. So I'm glad to see that through communication, through digging into the emotions that are here, and recognizing that you are being healed on a deeper level, that things are changing. Things are changing for the positive. Okay, so look out for all of those signs, for the communication, for those people who are reaching out to you. There might be a right word at the right time that will just hit right. It's like, I needed to hear that. Yeah, thank you for that. You know, I never thought of it that way. You know, because some people just got a different way of threading things, you know what I'm saying? So I like that vibration. Let's see what's going on with the blossom and abundance, because I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Yeah, bring it on. Bring on the abundance. And it's not always just about peas. It's about, you know, the fact that we have, you know, our families, our colleagues, our friends, you know, we have an abundance of energy, spiritual support, you know. There's so much, you know, the list goes on, and everybody's got their own definition of what abundance actually looks like for them. So that is what I'm talking about, this blossom and abundance for this week. Ooh, yeah. So you see the blossom of abundance is coming in really nicely. It's got the Emperor. So the Emperor card is our Aries fire sign vibe. So when we're dealing with our Emperor, we're dealing with somebody who is about structure. So I think that's that Saturn vibe coming in again. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, let's get a little bit grounded. Let's see what's going on. Let's get ish on point. So yes, there's blessing and abundance coming in, but there is certain work to be doing. There is ordered way of doing things. This is about organization. This is also about delegation. And the Emperor is very, very much about going through things in the rules. So this is not about smashing down situations or whatever, but it's about sort of saying, find the rules for yourself and the way you want to be doing things. Put things in place. This is how I'm going to do things. That's how it's going to be done. I'm not going to do that. That's counterproductive to this. So the Emperor is very much about getting things done, ordered. He's somebody who likes to lead as well. So if you got that vibration that you just want to break off from the crowd and just kind of do things slightly differently, perfect time to do that. You can do that. You have the ability to do that. And don't allow the naysaying voice in your head that says, who do you think you are? It's going to pop down because stuff that happened before, it didn't really go through. That is all the healer of the ages being worked on. It's still happening. You're still being worked on. However, you've been given the opportunity with those Six of Cups and then also this Emperor energy to make moves. So I'm loving to see that. One more before I want to have a look into the blossoming, the Angel of Abundance before we close. Right, see again, Blossom in Abundance. We also got the Empress. So we've got the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. I love it. So we've got the get it on, let's do this. And then we've got the nurturing. This is how kind you need to be with yourself in this moment. Okay? Doing this is going to support how you feel inside. You know, you're going to have less of this anxiety if you start to plan and put things together. You know, your confidence is going to take a boost. You know, you're going to feel much more happy in yourself. You know, that energy of, oh, I feel good today. You know, I did one thing towards something, towards the rest of my life. So allow those both dualities of getting ish done, but being kind and nurturing and understanding the why. And knowing that there might still be some work to be done. So I'm happy to see both of them there like this. I'm happy. And then to just make it even sweeten the deal a little bit more, we got the Sun, baby. So the Sun, the most positive card in the deck, the one that tells you that things are going to be illuminated, things are becoming brighter, you're going to see more. You're going to have a bit more energy. There's going to be an energy around being outside. So bask in it. Let the solar stars drop on you. Give you a nice little recharge. Get a little vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? And just know that things are working for your greater good. You know, this week is beautiful for the grounding that's happening, the balancing of the physical world and our emotional world, the fact that healing has been going on. And remember, healing is going on through the ages. So it's not just what's happening with you right now, but it could be further along down your line. So work is being done. So be thankful that although things have come up to the surface, they're there for review. And then Blossom in Abundance. Yeah, we've got what they say is our three favorite cards. Yeah. Emperor, Empress, and the Sun, you know. So big things are going on, people. So yes, like Daryl said, post up the things that you're doing, put the marketing out there. Lastly, let me just get one thing before I close. I feel like I need to get a Angels of Abundance message here. What's that say? Do the work, deservingness, and what? And clearing debts. Oh, jeepers. So it's all making sense. So the Angels of Abundance messages are do the work. You can't make this stuff up, can you? Right. So it says do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've almost got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently work on your priorities. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like the lush flower garden. So I'm going to say it one more time because that was just boom, bang on the money, what's been said before. And I just love the universe and how they work. You know, so I said, do the work. And I'm here to support. We are here to support. Yeah, you ain't doing it one up. So it says, do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You almost have to take the positive action steps that you are divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like the lush flower garden. Yes, folks. Yes, yes, yes. So that makes sense with the Blossom in Abundance, putting in that work that's necessary. So do the work. It's all good. And then we've got deservingness, which makes sense that is coming up in the line of the Healer of Ages, because sometimes that could be what's happening. Our self-worth can take a huge knock. So let's see what deservingness says. You are a beloved child of God. like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that let me start again. You are a beloved child of God, like everyone else. You deserve to receive support that will allow. Am I back?
Okay, yes, you cut out there quickly.
Yeah, I see the screen just went black. I said, hold on there, what is? Yeah. So, deservingness. You are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are. And I see it. We see it. Yeah. You deserve it. Yeah. All right. And then lastly, we've got clearing debts. So your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You are already feeling lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So clearing emotional debt and also financial debt will support you. So it makes sense that that's coming up under the root. We said that there was going to be an energy around having to balance out what's necessary. The deservingness is underneath the healer of ages. So we are healing, recognizing our worth in this moment, that we deserve it, you know, and the blossom abundance, do the work and things will be abundant. We'll have everything that's necessary. Ooh, yeah, I'm happy with that. I claim this reading. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna take on board these things this week. I'll make it happen.
No, for true. I love it. I love it. I love it. Everyone, if you have any questions, you'll throw them in. We're just gonna do a quick look at it. I like the fact that it was root chakra stuff. Like, I really like the fact that root chakra came up. The thing that stood out the most to me out of everything is when you were talking about some of the stuff that you're doing could be for your ancestors. I would like to even add to that, maybe even challenge it and say everything that we're doing has to be for our ancestors, because we are an accumulation of our ancestors. You know, there were millions of people that came together for us to be born. And if you look at the statistics that we should be born, we shouldn't. If you look at it statistically, right? So we are here to do something. We all are. There's something in us. And I'm not talking about doing something externally, because, you know, we all want to hustle. We live in this world. But it could just be. So you look really blurry. I think your internet connection may be a little bit low at the moment. You know, like that. But
what is going on?
yeah, you're back. I can see you.
Right,
But,
good.
you know, the fact is that we're all here to start and end the cycle. That's what that cycle is. Who knows? No one else can tell that to you. So it's important, especially when the sun goes into Cancer, that you can look at these things. You know, maybe go look at your family tree. Look at who your great-grandparent was, who your great-great-grandparent was, and look at some of the things that they may have accomplished, or if they didn't because they wanted to, and then say, how do I complete this to the best of my ability? Because of course it never ends. And then we're able to really tap into who it is that we are. Also, the fact that we had swords, 10 pentacles, wands, and cups, which means you had all of the elements that were in here. We had, you know, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and then the sun, which is consciousness, looking at that organization and that planning. You know, I think you was actually speaking to something that we didn't speak on today, but that's that Saturn Uranus sort of square that's going on when you're talking about like doing the work. Right, and the abundance will come from doing the work. I'm pretty sure I said something like that this morning, right? I was like, it don't matter how much you think, it has to be, what's the word? It's affirmative action has to also accompany your affirmation as well. So, you know, and the work isn't always external. Most people don't see your work, guys. So just remember that. You know, this is what when you say you're worth it and you deserve something, it has to be internal. That's what I was
Yeah.
getting, you know, that I deserve this, not because the world sees me do the work, it's because I'm doing the work, you know. I'm
And it's
getting
the back end stuff, the behind the scenes.
that. That is it. And then externally, when you show up, people can tell, okay, well, you know, for example, how do you know so many tarot cards? You had to do the work. You can't talk away, you know, you can't talk your way around this, you know. So it's important that we also recognize that it may be internal, guys. You know, it could be the
Yeah.
external, but it can be internal. Focus on your root chakra, grounded, you know, going outside, focusing on the movement and your chi. And again, clearing debts. I'm big on making sure that you're trying to clear debts, financial and emotional. Don't owe nobody because, again, cancer is about security, and we all know when you owe people, it doesn't
Feel
just,
heavy, don't you?
yeah, you feel heavy, and this is a good time to clear this up, initiate new things. We've got Jupiter in Aries, you've got Mars in Aries, you know, which is just a very expansive energy already. You know, the moon currently is in Pisces, guys, as well. So if you want to go into like some dream work today, you can do that. You know, it'll be in conjunction with Neptune later on, within maybe the next like 10 hours because the moon moves really, really fast. So, guys, you know, just make sure you're doing that clearing and maybe even doing your own little summer solstice ritual for yourself. Cultures
Yeah.
all around the world have celebrated this time. There has to be a reason that, you know, you can go from China to Egypt to Europe to the ancient Aborigines to the Aztecs, and this time of year was important, you know,
Yeah.
but it's always internal. So again, guys, make sure you're tapping into that. You know, first step, if you have nothing to do, you're joining the meditation, you know, that Empress is doing. Make sure you're tapping into these things, right? Because we have the tools, we support each other. You know, she's got the Patreon as well, the YouTube that is there, and all of the posts on the Instagram. Tap into her content. Me, you know, I've got the newsletter that will be coming out. I'm gonna be away, guys, for the solstice, and I mean away out of my body, most
Yeah.
likely for at least a day. But my post will be coming out before then as well. If you want to book any readings in to see where it is in your own chart, drop me a DM. I can do it for 50% off. It'll be like 30 minutes. I'll say, look, this is what's happening on this day in your particular chart. This is what it's showing you. And we'll get that done before the end of the week so you can really go through with this energy so that you can really understand how this is actually going to affect you as well. But yeah, from my side, I'm just making sure I'm plugging Empress this week. You know, she's doing the most. We also have the meditation as well. I forgot about, well, I didn't forget, but I almost forgot to plug it. And that is on next Wednesday. It's not this Wednesday coming, the Wednesday, the 29th as well. Links are in our bio. You know, book it in, book yourself a reading as well so that you can really tap into that. It's a powerful one. It's a new moon in Cancer, you know, and the moon will be in its own sign. So it's a very powerful moon cycle. And then the full moon will be along with Capricorn as well. And since Saturn is in Aquarius, it's very powerful. The next one like this, I believe Saturn will be in Pisces. So it's going to be a completely different feel. So I think some time and we can really use this energy. So because this will be the last one, it takes 30 years for it to go back into Aquarius. So getting the last one in is quite important because there's certain lessons and disciplines, especially going into time of Aquarius, right? That we need because soon you're gonna have Pluto will be going into the sign of Aquarius, which would be, I believe, next year or the year after. So yeah, guys, there's a lot going on. There's a lot for you to like lean on as well from our side. And is there anything that you wanted to say before we finish up? I hope I plugged all your stuff.
I think you pretty much said it. I think the only thing that I will actually put out there as well before I, like you said about the marketing and stuff, I'm going to be putting out some marketing this week as well, regarding the things that I'm going to be doing on the Patreon. The first thing that I'm going to be doing is strictly for the sisters though. Yeah, so not necessarily excluding everybody, but for this particular thing, I want to use this energy that's coming up on the Patreon to go through some activations. I'm going to be looking into a book by Black Girl Bliss called The Pussy Prayers. Let me know if you know about it, sisters, because that book is so amazing, and I think it's a great time to utilize this energy. And although they say it's a very masculine time, like I said, we all duality. We have masculine and feminine within us. So we're going to take that action. But there's, like I said, that healer of ages is there. And I keep feeling that there's still a need to do some of the inner work that I want to be to support with. So there are some, there's some PDF tools that I want to do. But I want to do it as a group. You know, it doesn't always have to do these things alone. Sometimes you do it halfway, don't really fully do it. But I'm telling you, let's get that activation going. We're going to have a great time. Patreon's got bare things on there and more things to come. So watch this space for the marketing for that. Join me on Tuesday the 21st for the summer solstice event. Links are in the bio. And let's just utilize the energy, folks, because I'm feeling quite excited about it. Yeah, the things warning, folks. So yeah, overall, yeah, man, go forth for another bliss week, man. Yeah.
Blessings, blessings. We love you all,
and
guys.
You need to say your tagline before you leave.
Yes. Remember that you are perfect by design.
Love it. I love it. Take care, everybody. Have a quick one, yeah?
You too. Bless.
Take care, man. Blessings.